Today I wanted to mention one of my favorite species of plants. This is one of the Mahonias species, and actually in the south many of us are familiar with the leatherleaf Mahonia, but there are a couple of other species that I think are very worthy for the landscape, especially here in Oklahoma. This one here is called Oregon grape holly, and you can see it's an evergreen form. The leaves are like a holly and they're very spiny, so they can actually work nicely as a barrier. This particular one is called Orange Flame, and you can see that the new growth on it is kind of an orangey bronzy color, which really contrasts nicely with this dark glossy green foliage, older foliage. Now this has a beautiful cluster of yellow flowers in the spring. It bloomed already, as you can see, and just now starting to form the fruits. So it will now have clusters of these powdery blue fruits that look like grapes on them. So it's really quite attractive. Now this cultivar here gets about 2 feet tall and about 3 feet wide, but the species itself will actually get somewhere from 3 to 4 feet tall and just as wide. Now the other Mahonia species that I really like is this one right here. This is called creeping Mahonia, Mahonia repens. As you can see, it's a low growing ground cover, and it does spread by underground stems and actually creates a very nice ground cover. It can get about 1.5 feet to 2 feet tall, but you can actually keep it trimmed down so it stays more compact and a little bit lower. And now this is just like the other Mahonia. It has flower clusters, yellow flower clusters in the spring, followed by the fruits of blue. I used to mow, you can almost mow this down every year to keep it more compact and more neat if you want to. You set your mower on the highest setting and run over the top of it, or you can do selective pruning to keep it nice and low. Now this plant will take full sun or partial shade, and as I mentioned, it does creep, so give it plenty of room. You can see that it's kind of creeping a little bit out of this bed, but in general it's not a real aggressive creeper. It also has a really nice bronzy red color when we start moving into the fall, into the colder weather during the winter months.